Hey my little angels, and welcome back to another video, you guys. We are back with the Armageddon event this time, last featured in 2016 and 2018, just like the cooking event. Old event comebacks are always fun to see since I have never played these events before. This event is only here for a week, started yesterday June 20th and will end on June the 27th. You will need at least 4 different mice in a room for the event to begin, and I would advise hosting a 10 mice limited room because of the number of feathers to mice ratio without becoming chaotic. 11 is ideal to have just under 1.5 feathers to bring back per person, but 11 mice rooms become chaotic with people scrambling for firsts when you're trying to farm the event room. Hence, 10 is a good limit. As always, the official events lasting for 2 minutes come in normal, vanilla, survivor, racing, and the Volante rooms. Today the event is coming every 26 minutes and 47 seconds apart. Yesterday it was 19 minutes and a few seconds. It will change every time TFM restarts, which is usually up to once a day. This event requires some skills and getting the hang of doing so. Since I never did this event before, it took me 2 or 3 turns to stop dying. Rip if you lag a lot though. The goal is to fill up the bar meter at the base of the Eliza statue in order for her to come to life and ward off the anvil god. You do this by running over one of the 2 feather locations to pick it up, then walking down to the base of the statue to fill up the bar, and repeat. You can only carry 1 feather at a time. An additional difficulty to this is having to avoid the lasers from the anvil god. Here is the order of the lasers every event map. It has 5 different locations in this order, and then it repeats. Initially, you have 13 seconds to make your move, aka go up to one of the feathers, before the laser beam starts up, after which it strikes every 6 seconds in this particular order. I would advise not to rush it, else you will probably die. If you go up top first, wait for the laser to strike, then go and pause at the middle platform, and then the laser strikes below, then go and deposit the feather while the laser strikes above, and then go up to the top floor to get the feather as the laser moves to strike below, and so on, so forth. The middle platform with the feather variation would start slightly different since you can reach the feather, and as it strikes above you, you can just walk your way down to deposit the feather, and then hop up before the second laser strikes, which is near the lower statue area, and it kills the AFKs too. Then go back up and get your feather as the 3rd laser strikes, then pause and wait for the 4th laser to strike before dropping down to deposit the next feather as the 5th laser strikes above, and keep repeating this. You can obviously go top or bottom feather as it suits you best. I just advised a couple of simple methods to avoid dying. I divide the lasers in my mind as being upper and lower lasers. Upper ones are in the platforms and the lower ones are in the statue area. They alternate except between the 5th and the 1st turns. As long as you are aware of that, you can mostly drop down when the laser goes up and then climb back up as the laser comes down. So it works pretty well in a rhythm as long as you take a breath and pause without trying to rush the lasers, because you can get caught in the crossfire, especially with many mice, and it lags you or you lag in the water. Okay, so there are various scenarios which can take place, and lucky for you, I've caught them on video my first 3 turns trying out this event and dying most of the time, I think. The case where you get a feather back to the bar, stay alive, and the room wins by filling the whole bar. The case where you bring a feather back to the bar but die sometime after that due to the lasers, but the room still wins. And the case where you are not able to bring a feather back to the bar before you die, but the room still wins. Here are each of those scenarios playing out. As you can see, if you brought at least 1 feather back to the base of the statue, and your room wins, you will get a golden ticket, 2 cheese coins, 5 to 9 shells, and up to 3 random consumables. There is also an addition of a new wallpaper inventory item in the art section, which was made by Sinn. Isn't it so pretty? In addition to that, if you are alive till you win that, you will be awarded a point on the advent calendar too. You will need to help and stay alive 20 times to complete the advent calendar. The top left number shows how many feathers you have successfully brought back to the statue base, while the top right number is the number of event maps you have witnessed. Those are ones you played, but also ones you have hopped to check for other event maps. So even if the event is already playing when you enter that map, it does count on your calendar. Not sure why that number matters, but it is what it is. If you survive the lasers, but do not help bring even 1 feather back to the statue, then you will not get any prize at all. Although it may harm very new players, it isn't too hard to bring back one feather, since you have those 13 seconds at the start as well if you struggle, and you have water carry you up, so you barely have any wall jumping to do. I really like the system since it avoids too many trolls and lazy players from getting rewards for free. The number of feathers you need to fill up the bar depends on the number of players in the room. Up to 10 players, you need a total of 15 feathers to be brought back to fill the bar. After that, it is calculated based on the number of players, which will be 1.5 times the number of mice present in the room at the time of the start of the event round, and it will be rounded down to the nearest whole number. This is why 10 players is a good amount if you wish to farm this room quickly and hop to another room. Now for the prizes. You do not get anything for completing the adventure point calendar. It is based on the number of Eliza feathers you have earned in your inventory. The inventory limit for Eliza feathers is 50. Editing this since the event was fixed, now the limit is 51 to accommodate those of us who finished the event yesterday, but the bug did not give us all the prizes at that time. Since the limit is 51, that means that the max tickets farmable is also 51, in addition to the 20 you get from the feather checkpoint. If you do go over 51 feathers, basically, it will count on your adventure points if you do survive, but you will not get any more tickets or feathers. But you'll get the other consumable stuff still. When you have collected 10 feathers, you will get 10 Fres coins. Fres coin limit is also 1,500, same as the CC coin limit. After collecting a total of 15 feathers, you will get 20 golden tickets. 500 golden tickets is your limit in the inventory. These are really less amounts for the effort each win requires. Once you collect 25 feathers in your inventory, you will automatically be awarded the hair in your shop. This was bugged for those of us who finished the event yesterday, so we had to do the event one more round, reaching 51 feathers, for it to show up in our shop. We were honestly contemplating stopping at 30 feathers since we were gaining nothing since 15 feathers yesterday, and the correct NPCs were not even on the trade maps yet, which is why I had to post this video a day later, and assumed this amount would probably be reasonable for a 1-week event. Ended up grinding till 40 feathers to find out that we got a measly 10 Fres coins at this point as well. Figured we may as well hit the limit and found that at 50 feathers you get the Guardian title. The spelling irks me so much since it would be perfect for QTAngel if spelled correctly. Back in 2018, they gave you 2 weeks to do this event and reach 50 feathers versus having to do so in double the time in 2024. Talk about inflation, yikes. It's still doable since many are on spring break, but that high of an amount for 1 week was not expected. Priorly, the NPC map, which comes after 3 event maps, had the carnival chest on it by accident, so Rihanna the NPC, but that's now fixed and has Oracle with your Armageddon chest, and you can even get Eliza skins for just 5 shells each. These were a hot commodity to trade for cheese coins earlier. You can also get that pretty wallpaper for 20 shells as well here. If you are purely farming, then you can create a room every 3rd event to avoid getting the NPC map, aka the trade map. To farm maps easily, you can use the alt account tip, which I explained in my last event video, to hop to after your main event farm room is done. You can hop to a bigger room, but there's no guarantee that people will troll or AFK or have very competent players as well. Using the tips above and room hopping, if you have the hang of it, you can get 2 feathers easily every time, which means 25 event rounds to complete this event. I think that's about it for all the tips and tricks I have for you to farm this event in record time. Let me know if you have any questions or comments below, and if you have any additional tips, feel free to leave a comment below for those as well. Happy eventing! Bye! QTAngel out. As always, peace!